We're just getting started. This has been a wonderful evening so far, and a couple weeks ago I was at an event right here in Cumming with my friend Stacy, and we heard Senator Dolezal introduce our next speaker. And he said something that I thought was quite interesting, that most people think the lieutenant governor has one job, and that's to shake the governor's hand and see if it's still warm. Thank you, Senator Dolezal. I'm going to try to give you credit every time I say that. We know a little bit different. The lieutenant governor is absolutely critical in shaping legislation that comes out of the state Senate and committee assignments and a number of other things. So it's my pleasure to introduce you the state senator and Republican nominee for lieutenant governor, Burt Jones.
Thank you. I got to work on this order here y'all put me in, Ralph. I mean, you put me behind a minister and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't stand a chance, you know. So, how's everybody doing tonight? They only gave me 4 minutes, so that's not even good for a good Baptist preacher. So, I'm going to do my best right here. But let me tell you, I'm Burt Jones. I'm running for lieutenant governor. I am proud to be the nominee and proud to have the people in this room support. Could not have done it without you here tonight and during the primary. You know, when people ask me what's number one, I get two questions all the time. Number one is, who are you running against? Well, I don't share that because I'm out here working too hard to promote his candidacy. So I tell them they got to find out that on their own. But they also tell us, they said, how are we going to win? How are we going to win in November? And I tell people all the time, I said, it is a clear distinction between what we have on the line here this upcoming November. And you've got a repeat of the governor's race between Stacey Abrams and Governor Brian Kemp. And you have probably had the last 4 years has probably been the toughest time to have been the governor of the state and been in elective office, period. And in 2019, when you had the beginning of the pandemic, you had Stacey Abrams going on TV saying we need to shut down schools, we need to shut down businesses, we need to shut down churches, and we need to defund law enforcement. 2019, that's not made up, that's not a hit piece on a TV ad. It is exactly what she said. And what did we do as a governing body? I was serving in the state Senate, and Governor Kemp took the hard call. He took the tough call, and he said, we're going to open our state back up. And we opened our state back up, yep. We opened our state up, we opened our schools up, we told our parents and our teachers, I said, you do not have to mask mandate, we're not going to mandatory vaccines. We are not defunding police. We are going to prevent small cities and municipalities from defunding. We're going to refund police is what we're going to do. That might have been a line from Greg Dolezal too, so I want to give him credit for the governor, the shaking of the hand, and also that one as well. But let me tell you something. When you look at leadership and what our governor has done and what the legislative body has done in very tough times, we're sitting here as the envy of the country right now. We have a $6 billion surplus. $6 billion surplus. Yeah, that's worth clapping for. And I hear Abrams and I hear our opponents talking about ways to spend that $6 billion. Can you believe that? A bunch of Democrats wanting to tell you how to spend the money, taxpayer money. Well, they got it. They want to spend it. And I remind people, had she been governor, we wouldn't have a $6 billion surplus. We wouldn't have that. And guess what we're going to do with $2 billion of those dollars? We're going to give them back to the taxpaying citizens of the state. We're going to do that, and we're in a position where our economy is going, even in this terrible inflation that we're having, the Joe Biden economy that we're having to live through right now, with gas prices and groceries being what they are, us Georgians, our economy is going to keep moving. But we have got to have a red wave in November. And I will tell you, and it's going to depend on people in this room, and I'll tell you, like our preacher has always said to me, it's a quote I love saying to a crowd like this: the light that shines the farthest always shines the brightest at its base. The light that shines the farthest always shines the farthest at its base. So that means you're the base. And if we got to energize everyone in this room, your family, your friends, your colleagues, everyone, we've got to energize them. You got to make sure they go to the polls. You got to make sure they vote. Early voting starts October 17th. November 8th is the vote. You have no excuse not to go to the polls and vote. And I tell people all the time, if your candidate didn't win in the primary, tough luck. Go vote for the person who did. You know, so. And if you voted for me, I sincerely appreciate your vote. If you didn't vote for me, I'm going to continue to pray for you. You got a chance to make it up November 8th. God bless you and good night.